Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. I might be slightly under the weather, but the news continues. The news must go on, and everything is about Michael Olise and Conor Gallagher and John DURAN. So lots popping off like usual. Man United fans are not happy with Chelsea at the moment, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Man United content creators, most specifically Mark Goldbridge, he's very, very salty at the moment because it seems like some of their targets are also our targets, and potentially they could be joining us. Now, first up, ladies and gentlemen, is in regards to Michael Olise. It is absolutely heating up. I've got no doubts that Michael Olise is a proper, genuine, locked-in target for Chelsea Football Club. We badly want this player. And it all makes sense because we're looking to get rid of Omari Hutchinson and potentially upgrade that right side. Obviously, we've got Madueke, who can definitely come off the bench, but we're trying to upgrade that right side with Michael Olise. Scoop, Academy Scoop was the first one, probably a few days ago, who tweeted about the whole Michael Olise news, and they seem to have some internal information about it. Exclusive, so they've come back again. Chelsea will meet Michael Olise's representatives in the coming days with the view to proactively concluding a deal. Wow, that's that's fantastic. That's absolutely brilliant. The London club are taking aggressive measures to ensure they beat Manchester United to the Frenchman, signing their efforts aided by Olise's pre-existing relationship with Chelsea recruitment specialist Joe Shields. So I love it. I absolutely love this. Taking aggressive measures to ensure we beat Man United. This is why Mark Goldbridge at the moment is very, very salty, and he's sprouting a lot of stuff about Chelsea, which we'll touch in a different in a different video. But I love it. I love this ambition from Chelsea Football Club. This is the type of young player that you want to go for. Young, fits the project. It's not going to be expensive in terms of transfer fee. Okay, wages, we need to figure something out but I'm still certain that we can potentially keep him around that 150,000 mark and then have bonus payments and whatnot, just like all the other contracts that we have right now. I don't think he's anywhere near that level of money at Crystal Palace. So I think 150k per week will be a massive upgrade. You never know. We may potentially even look to give him a little bit more than that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, Joe Shields, ladies and gentlemen, once again, big factor in this scenario. And look, I hope we get this done. Now, a little bit more about Michael Olise. Michael Olise has admirers right across the game. At the top level, it put Olise in a strong position as he will have his picks of clubs. I'm led to believe the Champions League would be his next step, but that's not ruling out an exciting project. Chelsea Dodgers has got that eye emoticon going over there. This is coming from David Einstein. Exciting project. Look, you could probably say that Man United is trying to do some level of a project over there. We're obviously running a project. But if you look at both the clubs, I think Man United, they got a lot more cleaning up to do before they can even come back. I have a feeling Man United next season will have a similar season to us that we just finished. They're a step behind us in terms of everything that has happened to us. It's potentially going to happen to them, but they're a step behind. They've got to get rid of their manager, it looks like. They still haven't decided. They're going to get rid of a whole heap of their players like the way we did last summer and go through that entire process with a new manager. And even then, it might not work out immediately. They'll still need to do a whole heap of stuff with their structure. I think slowly they're getting it all together. They've got in that Barada guy from Manchester City. They've got someone from I can't remember which particular club, but they've got someone in terms of sporting director. So they're trying to sort it all out. So when you look at the project, look, none of us have Champions League football. They don't have Champions League football. Manchester United, we don't have Champions League football. We've got Conference League. They've got Europa League. But I feel the players that we have, we're a little bit more advanced at the moment as to with Maresca, you hope that we're not going to go backwards. If we go backwards, then shut the shop. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully Michael Olise sees that Chelsea Football Club is a little bit more advanced at the moment than Man United. So look, yeah, he wants Champions League football, but hoping we get to Champions League football quicker. than Man United. Let's see what happens. Fabrizio Romano, ladies and gentlemen, retweeted this tweet from PYS, which PYS tweeted out on 2nd of June, so a few days ago. Fabrizio Romano retweeted this today. Chelsea really appreciate Michael Olise. We will return to the Olise case in next day. So it's really heating up, and it looks like we are pursuing this big time. And I love it. I love it. Thumbs up to the board for doing this. Chelsea have began negotiations with the representatives of Michael Olise coming from Santi Iona. Some more journalists are talking about this. So watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Something is brewing. I will honestly lose my mind if we get someone like Michael Olise. He's, as I've kept on saying, he's an absolute game changer for us. 100% game changer on the right side. Him, Cole Palmer, and Nkunku in the same team. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just flop it out and jizz all over the screen. Honestly, that's how good it is at the moment. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, talks about Sesko, talks about the striker and the twist. We'll come to the twist. Breaking: Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester United have all put their projects on the table to Sesko. Sesko now has to decide if he wants to leave Leipzig because they've offered him important proposal. So Leipzig apparently have offered him an important proposal. Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United have all tabled their project as well. Look, I've got no issues with Sesko. I think Sesko is a very, very good player. I need to look at his stats. Obviously, last season, at the end of the season, he really blew up, scored a lot of goals, and started to look more of the player, the hype that we once heard about him. It wasn't all, it wasn't all fantastic from the get-go. He had to take his time in Leipzig last season earlier on. It was the second part of the season. So is it really a purple patch or not? I'm not really sure. But it fits our project. He's young. His transfer fee should be manageable, and his wages should be manageable as well. But when you have these, especially Arsenal in the mix, and they're looking for a striker as well, I feel like they're just a striker away from really competing and potentially even winning the Premier League. When Arsenal's in the mix, you'd think Benjamin Sesko will be going for someone like Arsenal because they've got Champions League football to offer. We don't have Champions League football to offer. And on top of that, Arsenal's project is well advanced. They are competing in the Premier League. And you'd think this is a situation, if it comes down to the player, he'd most likely choose Arsenal. I feel like this is a player we are 100% pursuing as well. I think he's our number one striker target. We've already seen Osimhen gone, Gyökeres gone, no other strikers that we're really linked with massively. He's our number one target, don't get me wrong. However, I think if it came down to him choosing a particular club, you'd think he'd choose Arsenal. So what does it mean for Chelsea? Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking: Chelsea retain an interest in DURAN. Do you guys remember John DURAN that we've been linked with in the January window? And do you know what? I feel a little bit strange about this link, and I'm going to explain why. Chelsea retained an interest in DURAN. DURAN is among candidates for the striker signing coming from David Ornstein. I said this earlier on today in All You Can Eat Chelsea, if you guys remember. I've been saying don't disregard John DURAN because we've been linked with him. Our board likes this particular player. And there could be more reasons behind it, and I'm going to share why as well. Firstly, how do I feel about this particular link? Look, it is underwhelming, don't get me wrong. However, having said that, one thing we can say about the board and our recruitment people, our scouting people, they do pick out gems. Not many people knew about Adam Wharton, and Adam Wharton is turning out to be an absolute sensation at the moment. So this thing about John DURAN, all I can say, we've seen glimpses of John DURAN, and he looks like a bit of a lethal weapon, with that left foot that he has. He's young. Wages are going to be cheap. Transfer fee is probably not going to be that much. I think Chelsea Football Club are probably looking at Nicholas Jackson as the main striker, and they're going to bring in someone like John DURAN to come off the bench and develop, and who knows, maybe one day take over. It's sad that, what does it mean for David Dutra Fofana? I think he's definitely going to go out on a loan, and we're potentially looking to sell him down the track. Who knows? Unless he absolutely blows up in a loan, but he has to go out on a loan. Armando Broja, we're looking to get rid of him. Some may say, why are we looking to get rid of Armando Broja when we're thinking about bringing in Duran? Might as well give Armando Broja an opportunity, but Armando Broja is pure profit. We need to balance our books as well. So from that perspective, John Duran makes a lot of sense from a board's perspective, not from my perspective, from a board's perspective. And here's more reasons why John Duran could potentially happen. Breaking. Aston Villa hold preliminary talks over a move for Gallagher. Look, Gallagher, there's quite a lot of suitors for him as well. There's another interesting one that we're going to touch on. Gallagher to Aston Villa, that'll be an upgrade for Gallagher. I think that's a very good move for him. Champions League football available over there. Unai Emery's trying to bolster that team. They've got Ross Barkley. I think that it was a here we go a few days ago. Conor Gallagher will be fantastic for Unai Emery as well. We need pure profit, so we need to get rid of Conor Gallagher. And we're linked with John Duran. So potentially, could that be a swap plus some cash coming towards us? We'll see. Apparently, we are sticking very strong to that 50 million price tag for Conor Gallagher, and I love it. I love it. Perhaps some money and and John Duran, this deal could potentially end up happening. And look, regardless of what we think about Conor Gallagher and how he was last season, the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to go. He's going to go. Furthermore, Aston Villa have open talks to Conor Gallagher. Fee Chelsea want thought to be at least 50 million. I love it. That's the kind of money that Conor Gallagher we deserve from the sale of Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher continues to say post, I believe, the England warm-up game for in Euros. Myself and everyone at Chelsea are excited and happy to work with Enzo Maresca. We want to get Chelsea back to where they belong. Look, I love Conor Gallagher's enthusiasm, but who's going to tell him? Ladies and gentlemen, who wants to tell him that, look, I don't see him being part of the Chelsea plans. I think our board are desperate to get rid of him. And looks like there's some links to Aston Villa with John Duran. So if there is an opportunity to get a swap done plus some cash, I think our board will do this. So look, I admire the desire and passion to play for Chelsea Football Club. It's nice, he's looking forward to being part of Enzo Maresca's squad, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, one of the big reasons for Pochettino parting ways is because of how much Pochettino was using Conor Gallagher and probably refused to get rid of Conor Gallagher because he was a main player. I don't think it's going to work out with Enzo Maresca. Now, check this out in regards to Conor Gallagher. Very, very interesting link coming from Spain. Pending confirmation, Atletico Madrid have their eyes on Conor Gallagher for the midfield. Do you know what? If there was ever a Diego Simeone midfielder, Conor Gallagher is it. Him at Atletico Madrid, that is a top-class move, That is a proper top-class move. If this actually comes to the table for Conor Gallagher, he needs to consider this. This is a big boy move. If he gets an opportunity to go to Atletico Madrid, he would fit in because Diego Simeone, he loves off the ball work rate. Absolutely loves it, cherishes it. And Conor Gallagher will fit in like a glove. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Bayern Munich is keeping an eye on Ian Maatsen's situation. Remember, Bayern Munich, their manager at the moment is who? Vincent Kompany. Burnley connection with Ian Maatsen and Vincent Kompany. So watch this space. This could actually happen. I feel, excuse me. I feel Ian Maatsen, someone that Burnley wanted on a permanent last summer as well. So Vincent Kompany in Bayern Munich, Ian Maatsen having that Bundesliga experience under his belt, albeit short, but still he impressed massively with Dortmund. Now, this is good. We needed a couple of clubs to come in and have a bit of a bidding war. Borussia Dortmund's trying to give us loose change. It's not going to work out. We've got a release clause of £35 million. Someone needs to pay that. If it's not Dortmund, I think Bayern Munich is there. And hopefully both the clubs are interested, and then Dortmund ends up paying that money and he can stay at Dortmund, I suppose. So, look, good situation in regards to Ian Maatsen. The money that we want, we could potentially get that. And on top of that, it's a very, very good situation for Ian Maatsen, for the player as well. He's got 2 top clubs to choose from. So let's see what happens with Ian Maatsen. Next up, more on Chelsea plans to continue with Robert Sanchez as goalkeeper, coming from Fabrizio Romano. Ben Roberts being nominated head of global goalkeeping. One more factor to keep Sanchez. Enzo Maresca also informed Chelsea that he's happy to start working with Sanchez, as revealed yesterday. Look, I don't know how much of this is PR. I mean, how much would Enzo Maresca really know about Sanchez? I'm pretty sure he'd want a keeper that is astute in ball playing and also in shot stopping, so not to compromise. But I think here what is happening is the board, I think, has made a decision, but they're trying to paint a picture that it's Enzo Maresca. And this is what we're going to see with the board and with Enzo Maresca. This is something that maybe that's something that's been agreed upon, that certain times when the board wants to make a decision, they'll just put Enzo Maresca's name in there so that people understand that, don't go against the board, go against Enzo Maresca. But that's something maybe Enzo Maresca probably at the moment feels that maybe he can handle that. I think this is the board trying to send a message or provide a polite message to Enzo Maresca that, look, work with what we have, because it is a mess. Right now, it is a mess. We've got Petrovic, we've got Sanchez, we've got Kepa coming back. We've got 3 goalkeepers at the moment, and we want to bring in a new goalkeeper. Yeah, it's going to be tough. We have to get rid of Kepa. We probably have to get rid of Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez is on a 7-year contract from last season. So he's probably got 6 more seasons left in his contract. Kepa still has, I think, a year or a couple of years in his contract. It's a bit of a mess. And I can understand why the club is probably thinking, look, this is a mess that can wait. We can sort it out. My only issue is, look, goalkeeper is a big, big position for Enzo Maresca, I feel, because a lot of it will start from the goalkeeper position in terms of build-up. And if you don't get that right, it could look very sticky. Next season. Let's see what Robert Sanchez can do. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Tosin Adarabioyo completing his medical today at Chelsea as planned, all taking place and being signed this week. He's joining Chelsea as free agent, as exclusively revealed last week. Here we go, confirmed. So, he's going to be a Chelsea player. That announcement will happen very, very soon. We've already got a defender, which is fantastic. I don't mind Tosin, to be honest. And we'll see what happens with Chalobah. We'll see whether we get another defender. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we talked about, all the different topics in regards to Sesko, in regards to Olise, in regards to Conor Gallagher. Lots popping off. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live stream tomorrow. Until then, take care. See ya. Bye.